Hi, my name is Tom, and today I'm going to show you how to install the House2Start lead-acid starting battery charger and maintainer. What this device will do is this will keep your chassis battery topped off from your house battery, whether your house battery is lead-acid or lithium. I'll be installing it on my 2021 Winnebago View. It has the 2020 Mercedes 3500 chassis on it. We have issues with a parasitic draw on the chassis battery. If we do sit for a few days, we do get the low battery alerts, and they can come on at any time. This, for instance, the last trip we were on, it came on at 1 o'clock in the morning, kept dinging every few minutes. We've tried a few different approaches to maintain that battery. We did put a solar trickle charger on it and didn't seem to make a difference. The other thing we have done is I have put it in sleep mode, still doesn't make a difference. The other thing we've done is we've unplugged the chassis battery. However, the problem with that is you lose all the functionality of opening your, monitoring your chassis from your phone and be able to unlock your doors from your phone and from the fob. So we're going to put this on here, and hopefully it solves our issue with the low battery alarms that we've been getting. Okay, let's see what's in the box here. So I did order this a few days ago. It came in the mail and it took a couple days. So open up the box. It has this device. There's special connectors that you need, and this one is specific instructions for when you want to connect it up to the MasterVolt inside your Winnebago. They do have a MasterVolt charger, so you can charge your house batteries from your alternator. It's underneath the passenger seat. So they send you a special terminal for that, and there are instructions in here for it, and there's also instructions on their website as well. So first thing we'll have to do is take this passenger seat out so we can get underneath here to get to the MasterVolt. Looks like there's a couple bolts here that I have to get out, so we'll get at it. Okay, so what you need is looks like got a 1/2 inch socket with a 12mm star socket to go on top of that. Okay, to get at these rear ones right here, this is going to be in the way right here. So as you can see, you're probably going to figure out, how do I get a socket in here to get this out? Just go ahead and tilt your seat that way and you'll be able to get to it. As well as over here. Okay, let's take this out. Okay, let's see. This thing is heavy. Oh yeah, it's heavy. So I'm able to get the seat off, and I have access to the components. So there we go. Be safe here and unhooked the chassis battery here, so it's underneath the driver seat here. Pull this out. It's gonna right there. If you can see, get in there. See the chassis batteries right there. You definitely want to wait 20 minutes to after the car shuts down to pull this off. This little button on top, you pull it off. That is it. I'm going to be working with that MasterVolt, so I got to run it through there. The top of this MasterVolt, this connector right here, is going to be going to the starter, and then the lower one is going to be the yellow wire I'll connect up to, and that will go to the coach batteries. And then over here I'll find a spot for I'll have to find a place to ground it out somewhere. I think there's one right back here. I think there's one there. I have to find a spot for it. I just wanted to show how you can test for a good ground. What you want to do is take take an ohms meter and put it on that little switch there that says open line. You can see it right there. And what it will do is you connect one end to, and I don't know if you can see over there, I have it connected to the negative on the battery, and then you take the other side of the connector and you can check around for different areas where you can do ground. What I did was I ended up finding one down here that I was gonna use as my ground. I actually have it connected up already, so you can see I'm testing it, and you get your audible alarm that tells you that it's a good ground. Okay, we are connected up here, so I got the ground wire connected, got the yellow wire, which is the house battery, and I did add an optional 5 amp fuse to it, which is connected to the lower terminal, and then the upper terminal is for the chassis battery, the blue. So, and I do have the diode in there. And it looks like we are bulk charging. Just gotta secure this down and do some testing before I put the seat back in. Okay, we're gonna secure this down. We're just using this high velocity tape. So we'll put that on there, just glue it down to the top of the box here. Putting it here because I think I can still get to those settings if I need to with the seat on. There you go. I could also peek in and be able to see that light. So it's secured in. We'll tie up these wires, put the seat back on. Okay, we're done with the installation here. It's everything back together. Got the seat back in. I'm going to show you the location here. It's actually a good spot. I can actually get to it real easy. I can take a look. As you can see, I can see it. I can get to the dip switches if I need to switch them. And then I also have access to that fuse. So if I need to take the fuse out and disconnect it from, if there needs to be service on the battery, I could go ahead and disconnect that fuse right here, disconnect it from the battery. So it's going to look to be good. It's I'm gonna go and test the actual chassis battery to see if it's being charged right now. So right now, this is my setup over here is with the lithium batteries. I have underneath here, so they're 2 lithium batteries. I think they're 206 amp hours each. So that's what's going to be feeding and charging my chassis battery when plugged in. Hopefully we won't have the low battery. And as you can see right now, we're still getting the low battery alerts every couple of minutes. So hopefully we'll see that go away once it gets charged up. We're going to check the voltage on this. I have a smart shunt and I do have hooked up my starter battery. You can see it's kind of low. It's at 12.12. I'm going to go ahead and put the fuse in. This 5 amp fuse. I have a disconnect. You put the disconnect in there because you do not want the house to start to be on if you disconnect the battery. So it's important, if you do have to have your battery serviced and you need to disconnect your battery, you're going to want to pull out this fuse. So I'm going to go ahead and that will turn the house unit off here. But I'm going to set this down for a second and put the fuse in the shunt and see if it is charging. So you can see it was at 12. Yeah, you can see it's starting to rise up now. So slowly but surely, it's I think it does 2 amps, 2 amp charge, 2.3 amp charge maximum. So you can see that the starter battery is going up. So it looks like to be working. So hopefully I'll check in an hour or two and we should be probably done charging and be in bulk mode at that point, or float mode, sorry, float. At that point we should be in float mode. Alright, we're finally done with the project. Took a couple hours. I did end up taking longer than usual as I had to go to the parts store and get that fuse. And I was putzing around a little bit, but I would say this is probably about an hour job. I recommend having some help with it. The seat is a little bulky, a little bit hard, easy to get off, a little bit harder to get it back on there, so you don't want to be tugging too much on the wires and all that. So I suggest having a helper for that. So other than that, it looks to be charging. My chassis battery is slowly going up and getting to the recommended charge voltage. So we'll see how it goes. Right now it is running and it is in bulk mode, so it is pretty low right now, and I did get a few alarms earlier, but it is slowly going up. I suspect in a couple hours I should be good. So I'll keep you posted. There is plan on doing another video of my electrical update. I did put a new inverter in this motorhome, a Victron Multi Plus 2. And I upgraded the solar and I put a servo in, and I do have some remote switches on there where I can start and stop the generator, as well as I have conditions where I can read temperatures inside and out the motorhome through my smartphone through the servo. So look for that video coming up, and thanks for watching and subscribe.